What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the last stream, and I'm doing the NBA review for today. There's a few events that went on. There's just the Hawks versus Sixers game that just finished. And then the Kemba Walker trade that happened earlier today. So we'll talk about the Hawks versus Sixers game first. It was a good game. For the most part, the Hawks did have the lead. And they played well. Trey Young, he dropped 30 points again. And Sixers, they did a good job. They're facing elimination under pressure. They're the first seed, and they delivered. Three guys scoring over 20 points, which would be Seth Curry, Tobias Harris, and Joel Embiid. I think Seth Curry, he's been playing really well for the Sixers. He played well again. Embiid and Tobias. They like usually it's one guy like Joel Embiid carrying scoring 30, but it's good to have it balanced and like each three players score 20. That's 60 plus. I think 70 plus. Sorry. So yeah, that was big for them. And yeah, that they delivered. And for the Hawks, I think no Kevin Herter and Kevin Herter, Gallinari off the bench, and Capella. They played well, but then your two like other scorers after Trae Young, your two main scorers, they didn't deliver. Which would be Bogdanovich and John Collins. They both struggled. Each scoring 7 points. And they both shot really poorly from the field. One John Collins was 25% from the field, 2 for 8, and Bogdan Bogdanovich, 27.3% from the field, 3 for 11. So I think that's the main reason they lost. Those two guys not being able to deliver. And if they can deliver next game, I'm really confident that the Hawks will win. They struggled this game. Game 7, there's going to be a lot of pressure on the Hawks, and their bench really didn't show up today. They well, no, it did. Gallinari scored 16, but Lou Williams, Akongu, and Solomon Hill. They didn't really they didn't really impact the game. So it was just the starters. Really. So I mean, yeah, that was it for the Hawks. Thoughts on Embiid. Um, yeah, thoughts on Embiid. He played well. He's playing with that injury, the torn meniscus, so he's not going to be 100% till after the season, probably when he maybe gets surgery or something or whatever. So I think I think he's playing well. I don't. I think despite the injury, he can still play well and lead the Sixers past this round. And he played well tonight. He had 22 points, 13 rebounds. So yeah, that was good from him. And then you have Ben Simmons, who scored 6 points, nine rebounds, and 5 assists, 6 points. Um, and 6 points. It's Ben Simmons. He doesn't really score, but yeah, playmaking. I mean, defensively, I think he was really good tonight. Trey Young did drop 34, but for the most part, he wasn't guarding Trey Young. But Trey Young, 12 assists as well. He's in 5 rebounds. He's putting up crazy numbers this series. Um, he thinks the Hawks can make the finals. I do not think they will make the finals. I think they'll win Game 7. That's just a bold prediction. I think that's just expecting that Bogdanovich and John Collins will show up. If they don't show up, then the Sixers will win. But I think they will show up in that game. I think they'll play pretty well. Trey Young, I think he's gonna play well. Kevin Herter, he did good today. I think they'll show up and deliver, and then whether they play the Nets or the Bucks. I do not see them beating the Nets or the Bucks. The Bucks and the Nets, that decides who goes to the finals from the East for me. I don't see the Sixers with the way they're playing against the Atlanta Hawks. I don't see them getting past the Nets or the Bucks. For me, it's as long as the Nets don't win the championship, I'm happy. I'm a Wizards fan, so I really couldn't care. But as long as it's not the Nets, I don't like these super teams. And yeah, that's it. Yeah, um, I think, well, like I said, the Bucks have a championship caliber winning team. Um, they have a championship caliber winning team. The Nets do as well. They and that game's going to 7. So that game's tomorrow. So we'll be on the lookout for that. I can't wait to see who wins that game. I think for me it's gonna decide who goes to the finals for the East. But the Sixers, I don't know, like I don't trust them. With Joel Embiid, he scored like 13 points in the last game or something like that. No, not 13. Like in the second half or something, he scored. Well, in the first half he scored 13, and then the next half he scored less, something like that. So I really don't trust him. He's the best player, MVP candidate, but like he's kind of inconsistent. I mean, he's not inconsistent, but like scoring 22 tonight, he needs to, he needs to maybe deliver more when it comes to if they do get out of this round. They don't really have a shot at they don't have a shot at winning the finals if I'm being honest. But yeah. Any more questions? Just drop them in the comments. Um, Yeah, and then so yeah, Bucks Nets tomorrow. But yeah, this was, I mean, it was Hawks had the lead for most of the game. Um and there's not, yeah, that basically covered everything, just I mean, I'm if I was the Hawks, I'm still I mean, I guess the 76ers do have the momentum. Um so yeah. So that's it for the Hawks game. Do you think the Sixers will beat the Nets? No, like I said before, I think the winner of the Bucks Nets series will go to the finals. Like I said, Joel Embiid not dropping 30 plus. Like I don't see how he could beat the Nets or the Bucks. But yeah. Okay, and we have the some breaking news earlier in the day. We had some trade news actually. We had the Kemba Walker situation. He got traded. This was unexpected. We didn't really hear any rumors for Kemba getting traded, but he does get traded to the OKC Thunder. I'll share my screen real quick. To I'll share my screen so we can look at the details. But yeah, I mean, Kemba goes to OKC. They weren't that great last season, as we know. Let me get this up real quick. All right, yeah, there we go. Um, so yeah, we have the details right here. Um, all right, never mind. But so what the details were Moses Brown and Al Horford, who will return to the Celtics, and a pick, I think, like a second round pick, a future second round pick, will go to the Boston Celtics for Kemba Walker, and a first round pick, I believe, like the 16th overall pick, I believe. So who won this trade? I don't really know. Kemba, he didn't have the best of seasons. With Jaylen Brown and Kemba trade was a steal. Who do you think stole? Who was the steal? Um, for the OKC, I mean, you could say that Kemba and Shea in the backcourt. That's gonna be nice for OKC, I think. But I don't think Kemba's gonna have that Chris Paul type impact on the team. What do you mean, bro? Bro, what do you mean, bro? But I don't think Kemba's gonna have the Chris Paul type impact. When Chris Paul went to the OKC Thunder for Russell Westbrook in that trade, Chris Paul he automatically made them into a playoff team. When he left, he didn't, like, they were never the same. With Kemba, he's definitely not on that level, as we know, and I don't expect him to make the playoffs either. And then with the Celtics, I think they're just trying to rebuild. They get a pick, I think I said, and Moses Brown plus Al Horford. You get Al Horford back. I know the Celtics fans, they liked Al Horford, so I mean that adds a leader to the Celtics. I don't. I mean, he's past his prime. A few years ago, 2016, 2017. That was prime Al Horford. 2015, that was prime Al Horford. Al Horford. Now he's more of a veteran leader type player, and I don't know what they're gonna get out of him. I doubt they'll get what they used to have from him. So I think this is just rebuild mode. I'm gonna expect more moves from the Celtics. I think this clears up some cap space. So I don't know if they'll land a free agent or just do another trade. So I mean, you could make the case for the Celtics winning this trade just because they might get that other move off. Um, but yeah, Thunder got the. Hey, you could say that we have to see how Kemba plays. I don't. He is going to be like the number 2 option. I'm guessing under Shea, and we saw how he played this year as the number 3. He wasn't as good as last season. or the year before. So I think for Kemba, it's just he's declining, um, and being more that veteran type player. So for Kemba to succeed, he's gonna need other players around him. So I mean, he has Shea Gilgeous Alexander, but really other than that, I mean, Lou Dort's pretty good, but um, he's not. That's just not a playoff team for me. Considering how they did this year and just adding Kemba, but yeah, that's my thoughts on the deal. Yeah, I think the Clippers are playing the Jazz right now, which is an interesting game. Clippers are winning. If they win today, this is game 6. So if the Jazz win, they go to the Western Conference Finals against the um the Phoenix Suns, and um it's interesting because these Clippers, they were down 2-0 in the last series. They're down 2-0 in this series. They went on to win that Mavs series in 7, and they may win today. That um, playoff P type talk. It has to stop. He proved in the last game why people shouldn't be making fun of him and stuff. With Kawhi Leonard out, he's really showing that he can lead the team. And in the last game he proved just that. In the game before, when Kawhi was there, still he dropped 30 plus. They both dropped 30 plus. So, who do you think will win the Clippers game? I think the Jazz will win. They have Mike Conley back. And they really missed him in the last 3 games that they've lost. They're on a 3-game losing streak if you think about it. They have Mike Conley back, Donovan Mitchell, that backcourt's elite, and you have Rudy Gobert. So just the addition of Conley, I really think that's gonna help the Jazz. So yeah, I have the Jazz winning, and I think I have them winning in 7. So yeah, we'll see what happens. At the moment, it's a close game, 16-15 at the moment. So yeah, so the game's on. I'm gonna go watch that game. So if you guys like the video, make sure to like and subscribe. More content coming. We'll be doing more Euro stuff tomorrow. I'm sure we'll do a few match reactions, 1 or 2 match reactions. So yeah, if you like that, make sure to stay tuned for that, and I'll see you in the next video.